जय जय सुरनायक जन सुखदायक प्रणतपाल भगवंता गोद्विज हितकारी जय सुरारी सिंधु सुता प्रियकंता पालन सुर धरणी अद्भुत करणी मरम न जानै कोई जो सहज कृपाला दीन दयाला करऊ अनुग्रह सोई करऊ अनुग्रह सोई। जय जय अविनाशी सब घटवासी व्यापक परमानंदा अभिगत गोतीतम चरित पुनीतम माया रहित मुकुंदा जेहि लागी विरागी अति अनुरागी विगत मोह मुनि वृंदा निशिवासर ध्यावहि गुणगण गावहि जयति सच्चिदानंदा जयति सच्चिदानंदा। जेहि सृष्टि उपाई त्रिविध बनाई संग सहाय न दूजा सो करऊ आधारी चिंत हमारी जानिय भगति न पूजा। जो भव भय भंजन मुनि मन रंजन गंजन विपति बरूथा मन बच क्रम बानी छाड़ी सयानी शरण सकल सुर जूथा शरण सकल सुर जूथा। सारग श्रुति शेषा ऋषय शेषा जाकहु कोई न जाना जेहि दीन पियारे वेद पुकारे द्रवहु सुश्री भगवाना। भव बारिधि मंदर सब विधि सुंदर गुण मंदिर सुख पुंजा मुनि सिद्ध सकल सुर परम भयातुर नमत नाथ पद कंजा नमत नाथ पद कंजा। जय जय अविनाशी सब घटवासी व्यापक परमानंदा अभिगत गोतीतम चरित पुनीतम माया रहित मुकुंदा जेहि लागी विरागी अति अनुरागी विगत मोह मुनि वृंदा निशिवासर ध्यावहि गुणगण गावहि जयति सच्चिदानंदा जयति सच्चिदानंदा।
Yes, take the mic.
Father, this fear of becoming tired, no, I just, I see I function based on that many times, Father.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing how it can block His light. It can really, it's like a trick of the mind.
Yeah.
But I'm not able to let go, Father. There is so much fear in my actions that I'll get tired. I see I'm blocking His light, yet I'm not able to surrender this fear, Father. I'm very scared.
Yeah. So you're not able to remain empty of the mind's proposition.
This idea that I will, like, based on that fatigue period, no, it has picked up.
Yeah.
And I see it functions like that. Even I didn't sing because I'm scared. I was tired yesterday, and this something it creates, Father. And I see that in that moment I'm not shining in God's light. It's. I don't want to keep it in, Father, but I don't know how to give it up also.
From what I remember of that time where you were not able to move for that period of time.
And many
Is
things,
that,
things, like there was so much.
Yes.
Um,
I feel like more than anything, the way you were able to come out of it was to break through the fear.
yeah, but
And then,
it's still, the impression is still there, Father.
yes, no, what I'm saying is that the way out of the fatigue, in your case, and I'm not saying this for everyone, but in your case, seems to be to break through the fear instead of to rest more or to hold back.
Yes, even the idea that if I do, sorry, even the idea that if I do this, I'll get tired.
Yeah.
That is so inhibiting, Father, so inhibiting. Like, and can I say more like,
Please, yes.
so this kind of trembling I feel in the body, and the mind interprets it as tiredness, and I don't know what it is. I just don't want to get tired. I think that is my main.
Yeah.
I don't want to get tired. There's a fear around getting tired and not able, which happens many times, but it's okay. I don't want to live like that, Father. Because when I get tired, He gives the energy later. Some thing is there. I've been bringing it to Him, but I just today I wanted to tell it to you, Father. Like, clearly, it is blocking His light by doing this. I think of you, or I think of like Atmika Sen's Amma's videos, like just she's on full day, full, like, no, can't I live like that? Like in that, I don't know, if tiredness comes, it comes. Hear me, Father.
Yes.
It's so much self-concern at that moment
Yeah.
that if something is needed to serve Him, I'm more self-concerned if I'm tired, I'm not able, and I don't like it.
So what don't you like more? The tiredness, or you don't like it that it blocks you?
Good question. Right now it feels 50-50.
Yeah?
It feels 50-50. 50-50.
50-50.
But
It is the side
it's
that
more
you...
the fear of the tiredness. When
Yeah.
I'm tired, then
Yeah.
it's okay. I get over it. It may take a day or whatever it takes. It's more the fear of it that...
Yeah. And that is the fear is just buying the idea that it would not be good if I was tired,
Yeah.
isn't it? So that is a mental construct. So
I must say that when I'm tired, it's not the most nice experience. That family and everything, like just, it's, yeah.
yeah, of course. And yet you're clearly saying, or you have some doubt about that it is really blocking you from living a life in servitude to Him.
It is blocking,
Clearly.
Father. It is clearly blocking.
So are you willing to live with that under any cost, in any circumstance?
Live with what?
Live with the fact that something stops you from being fully with God.
No, it's not.
Is it 50-50 or 100-0?
I want to say 100-0. Like, since I
At
don't
least
want
you
it,
want it to be 100-0.
I want it to be, but it's not. There is this fear.
Yeah. So Maya will always create many things to prevent us from living fully in God's light. Whether it's about relationships, whether it is about body, whether it is about security, whatever it may be about. So that is why we need faith and we need to take that risk.
So this idea that if I do this, like say if I sang, they were asking me to sing and there was this idea that I'm tired, and if I sing I'll get more tired. I'm done with this, Father.
Exactly.
This is what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Then God can give me the energy if He needs to, I don't have to pre-decide.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of this.
Yeah.
I do this at home also, I know.
Yeah. So take the risk, and when the mind stops you and blocks you in this way, then just follow your heart. Because today, actually, when we were singing, it came to me like this also, that you could have sang.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's good to notice this, that this is how we are blocked in these small things. It's not that important whether you sang or not.
Yeah, Father, but I know, I'm starting to see that it is a block. This is very clear. It can block the light for the entire life, like this. Just saying you're tired.
Exactly.
And in that moment, if I had to serve God, I would have chosen this fear.
Yeah.
And I'm
So that
seeing
is your
it.
trump card, from the mind.
Yeah, the
That
body
is the main trump card. And all of us can look at our trump cards, because in one case maybe body self-concern, in the case it could be some other self-concern, which really blocks us from living in God's light.
I don't want this. I'm okay being tired, but I don't want this.
Very good, very good. Very good.
You have to take care of that. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But I'm not okay blocking this light because of this.
Yeah.
And it's doing it, Father. It's doing it many times.
Very good.
I'm not listening to my heart.
So make this strong resolve that you will follow your heart, come what may.
It's not worth it.
And the good thing, about following God's will is that it is God's will. You get what I'm saying? That God is willing it this way. Therefore, it is the most auspicious in all ways.
Remember when I sang that Hanuman Chalisa on loop, and then I got exhausted.
Yeah.
I had to hear it from you that after Hanuman, it was so clear after that I sang the Hanuman Chalisa. What else could be, even if it was tiredness for the whole day, it's just awesome. But the mind had made, I can see it'll just block me from singing bhajans because now, you're going to get, it starts like that.
Yeah.
This is not good.
It tries to block everything. It tries to block satsang. And over the years, it can play many trump cards to get in the way. But mostly you learn to just, forget it. Just go ahead with it. Just forget it. And move forward in God's will. And the thing with this is then that if you don't exercise that muscle, I'm not talking physically about that inward muscle, then it just becomes weaker and weaker. So if you prevent any point of time where you get tired, then that point of tiredness will also come closer and closer.
I don't understand.
In the sense that today you're saying, if you sing, then you'll get tired. The mind is saying, so you don't sing. Tomorrow it'll say, if you talk, you'll get tired, so you won't talk. Then day after it'll be, if you breathe, you'll get tired, so don't breathe. Where is the end of that? No?
It's the end, Father.
That's the end. That is the end of that, he's right. So, like that. So there's no real satisfying this thing, no? So what you could do is that if it stops you from singing one, then sing twice.
I'm just giving an example. Like I remember we had friends over one of the weekends, maybe last, and the body was tired, okay, the previous day. And there was cooking and so many things, no? And just before that, that Hanuman Chalisa conversation had happened. So it was so fresh in my mind and I was just in God's light, and it was so much, I'm not saying it, but there was so much energy and it just went opposite to the way my mind was imagining, and I didn't get tired the following. It was just like, that was a clear-cut example that it can go either way. It doesn't have to be the way my mind is saying, Many times I follow the mind, many times.
Good to see that. Very good, very good.
I don't want to, Father.
Take the risk.
Okay. It's too much self-concern around this. When I was listening to Saint Teresa's autobiography, she had chronic illnesses, and there was one line where she said, I was too concerned about being tired and my body, and then I recognized that it's not, she said something, I can't remember the exact, but it's not about being tired, but it's about my cross, like it's about, it's too much like that. Yet I'm not living like that.
None of us are. We have to all learn from her.
I mean, if she was having all that,
she
had too much compared to what.
You know that she died, no?
Huh?
Have you come to that point where she actually died?
No.
And they put wax on her eyes and everything.
Oh yeah.
She just, with full humility, she said, I opened my eyes and I saw there was wax. And people had already prayed for her in the church and prayed for her like last rites and all of that. And then very
4 hours or 4 days?
Few hours maybe.
Few hours. Okay.
And she just says it so humbly, no shosha about it, which is so beautiful. No? That she said, I woke up, I opened my eyes and I saw they had put the wax and all of that. Shut my eyelids. So that she was fine. Nothing. Have they come back?
It's okay.
Lights have come back?
We
You're trying to conserve the electricity.
That's why, yeah? Oh, okay. I didn't realize.
3-4 days, Kisha is saying.
3-4 days, exactly.
3-4
It was
days.
4 days, not 4 hours.
Wow. Don't expect that fear will go away. Some of these conditions will always be with us, but we have to work through them, across them.
Father, how is it for you, Father? Like you used to get so tired, no?
Yeah.
And can you share, Father, like what?
I used to get so tired, that's true. I still get.
You pushed
I still
yourself,
get.
you had.
I don't know. Actually, you're right.
You don't get so tired, or
I
you do
so
get.
tired now.
You must be. I mean, you're full on all the time.
I do get tired, physically tired.
Huh?
Physically, I do get tired. So earlier, now that you mention it, I'm just exploring with you together. I feel like there was a lot of satsang fatigue also that used to happen. Now that, by God's grace, seems to have reduced. I don't know why that has happened. That the energetic movement that happens in satsang still can be tiring, but it doesn't knock me out the way it used to. Now that you're mentioning it, I'm looking at it more closely. But physically, I do get tired at times because sometimes, that my day is starting early with Aslan, and then we are praying, focus prayer is happening, plus family is there, work is there. So physically the body does get tired, but I don't have that.
That fear is not there.
Yeah, I don't know if the fear was there earlier. I don't recall much of a fear. It was more of a like just like a heaviness on the chest, and you felt like there was a boulder kept over there, and which I don't feel like I've met for a few weeks. Maybe, I don't know, God's work. I have no idea.
It's just the fear here, Father. It's not the actuality. It's okay. The actuality is okay.
Very, very. All faith has to seem risky.
Yeah. This seems very risky to me. Very risky.
And to others, another thing may seem risky.
Yeah.
Is it? Why we cannot constantly be with God? Somewhere it feels risky to us.
Yeah. I'm,
So we
I'm
must take
okay
that.
with the tiredness, Father.
Very good, very good,
Fully okay. I don't want to hide.
very good. Chalo, sing one song then.
Okay, I'll sing. I think Shiv was asking, and I was trying to really. Like, can I put a YouTube?
Come on, we
It's
make
not
you
nice at all.
sing at the end of satsang.
I did sing, but I'll sing.
Very good. So, continuing our exploration of the Ashtavakra Gita. We invoke the presence of the great sage Ashtavakra, and we request all the beautiful sages to bless this conversation that we have today. May what is shared be met deeply in our heart as intuitive insight, blessed by the Sadguru presence itself. May none of us fall into any pride. May we not believe that we have understood something. But let this be a flowering of Atma Gyan, Atma Darshan in the truest sense. May nobody exercise their intellect, allow it to fall deeply into their heart. May God's grace bless us all, and may everything that comes from this instrument be just to help his brothers and sisters. May nothing be tinged with pride, may nothing be about me, may everything be about God and helping each other in this process. So last time we finished chapter 1, Let's just quickly read through the words. Janaka said, how can knowledge be acquired? How can liberation be attained? How is renunciation possible? Tell me this, O Lord. Then Ashtavakra said, if you aspire after liberation, my child, shun the objects of the senses as poison and seek forgiveness, sincerity, kindness, contentment, and truth as nectar. You are neither earth nor water, nor fire, nor air, nor space. In order to attain liberation, know the self as the witness of all these and as consciousness itself. If you detach yourself from the body and rest in consciousness, you will at once be happy, peaceful, and free from bondage. You do not belong to the Brahmana or any other caste or to any ashrama. You are not perceived by the senses, unattached, formless, and witness of all are you. Be happy. Virtue and vice, pleasure and pain are of the mind, not of you. O all-pervading one, you are neither doer nor enjoyer. Verily, you are ever free. You are the one seer of all and are really ever free. Verily, this alone is your bondage, that you see yourself not as the seer, but as something other. Do you, who have been bitten by the great black serpent of the egotism, I am the doer, drink the nectar of the faith, I am not the doer, and be happy. Burn down the forest of ignorance with the fire of conviction, I am the one and pure consciousness, and be free from grief and be happy. You are that consciousness, bliss, supreme bliss, in and upon which this universe appears superimposed like a snake on a rope. Live happily. He who considers himself free is free indeed, and one who considers himself bound remains bound. As one thinks, so one becomes, is a popular saying in this world, and it is quite true. The self is witness, all-pervading, perfect, one, free, consciousness, actionless, unattached, desireless, and quiet. Through illusion it appears as if it is the world. Having given up external and internal self-modifications and the illusion, I am the reflected individual self. Meditate on the Atma as immutable consciousness and non-dual. My child, you have been caught in the noose of body consciousness. Sever it with the sword of knowledge. I am consciousness, and be happy. You are unattached, actionless, self-effulgent, and without any blemish. This indeed is your bondage, that you practice meditation. You pervade this universe, and this universe exists in you. You are really pure consciousness. Do not be small-minded. You are unconditioned, immutable, formless, of cool disposition, of unfathomable intelligence, and unperturbed. Desire consciousness alone. Know that which has form to be unreal and the formless to be permanent. Through this spiritual instruction, you will escape the possibility of rebirth. Just as the mirror exists within and without the image reflected in it, so the Supreme Self exists inside and outside this body. As the same all-pervading space is inside and outside a jar, so the eternal all-pervasive Brahman exists in all things. power-packed, full of spiritual instruction, very dangerous if taken by our mind as conceptual understanding, and a lot of tools for our sadhana. Every line, in fact, is a pointer that we can use in our sadhana. Maybe we should revisit a few of the sentences. You are neither earth, nor water, nor fire, nor air, nor space. Therefore, you are not elemental. You are not made up of the elements. Then what am I? I am the self, as the witness of all of these, and as consciousness itself. So that absolute reality of pure awareness I am, and this I am is consciousness itself. So the I is the pure awareness itself, and in its manifest play, it is functioning as the consciousness I am. Be able to really spend some time in this inquiry. This line itself, he says very clearly, in order to attain liberation, know the self as the witness of all these and as consciousness itself. So know the self as the witness of all of these. How to know that? If we say that I am the witness of all of these, that should suffice. I know I am the witness of all of these. I heard it first in this class, then in that class, then this one said, then I heard in so many satsangs. I am the witness of all of these. Is that the knowledge that he is talking about? And do you feel that the great king Janaka would not have had this knowledge already, conceptually? So what is that which is new that happened to him in this conversation? I am the witness of all of these. Look. I am the witness of all of these. How do you know that you are the witness of all of these? Do you see this witness? Do you hear it? Do you taste it? Do you touch it? Do you smell it? None of these apply, isn't it? Our sense perceptions do not bring us to this witnessing. What else do we have? So this one line actually is enough for a whole Gita. You are neither earth, nor water, nor fire, nor air, nor space. So all this is gone. Earth, water, fire, space, air, everything gone. You are that self which witnesses all of these. There are two levels in which you can meet this sentence. The first is that we pick up the idea that I am the witness of all of these. So even if that is happening, it is natural because you're hearing it. Then don't stop there, don't settle for that. You see? Just like if someone says, there's a 20 rupees note in your pocket. You can hear it and say, oh, there's a 20 rupees note in my pocket. You see? And then you leave it at that because it came from a seemingly credible voice. Then you say, okay, that's how it is. But what you're expected to do is check for yourself. Is there really a 20 rupee note in my pocket? am I really the witness of all of these? That just this simple inquiry will make you free. The sages said, to attain liberation, know that you are this. Who witnesses all of this? Can that be perceived? Can that be witnessed? So we are blessed that in this lifetime we've heard this pointer, that we've truly heard this pointer, because many will not hear this. And out of the few who hear this, most will not be able to meet this truly, because the burden of the intellect is so much and the need to understand quickly is so much that we don't allow ourselves to be wobbly and open and vulnerable, letting go of the false identity that we've taken ourselves to be and allowing ourselves to disintegrate into this true insight. So don't be stuck in that one. Just let go. You don't need to prove anything. You don't have to be right. You don't need to understand. Just look at who you are. Just leave the world behind. Leave all body consciousness behind. Let it just be a set of sensations. Yeah? Right. Just let it be a set of sensations, but don't be concerned about them. And that seems to be the theme for today's satsang anyway. The sage has told us that the only trouble is body consciousness. What does that mean? The only trouble is that you take yourself to be the body. There's nothing wrong with the body itself. The body is just a simple instrument. But if you limit yourself to just being that, then our life is so constricted, so limiting, so hellish in its taste. So remove this central character from your narrative. Don't take yourself to be the body. Now where do you land? Wherever you land, don't take yourself to be that. Can you land in the witness? You can't land in the witness. If you're landing in the witness, it is an imagination, it is a visualization that you're doing. You're imagining either some dark empty space or white bright light or something. Ask yourself, who witnesses the perception of that? Where is the witness of that perception? As sublime as that experience may seem, as empty or blank you may be seeing, ask yourself, who witnesses this perception? Now where do you land? Huh?
Unborn.
In the unborn. So now don't land in the unborn also. Leave that also. Now where do you land? All ideas of birth and death are gone now. Now where are you?
Mind can't label for it because it's never been there.
So the intellect tries to guard you in some way. It tries to guard you in some way. So let go of that guard. Let go of all crutches. Don't limit yourself in any understanding. How do you know that you are the witness of all that is perceived? You're looking for self-knowledge which is beyond conceptual understanding. Who witnesses the perception of this hand? Some of you are straining yourself in your head. Don't do that at all. That won't help. You can think and think and think and think and think. And all the knowledge, all the spiritual knowledge of the universe may be in your head. But that will not get you to what I'm saying. So don't strain yourself, just first relax. Who is witnessing? Who is aware of the perception of this hand? There is a sight, isn't it? There's sight happening, that's called perception. Who witnesses this sight? Can you deny that it is you? We may say, I don't know. We can say, I don't know. You see? But it's undeniable that I do, but I don't know who this I is. With me? You are witnessing the world. It is not witnessing you. That you which is witnessing the world, how do you know it? Do you not already know it? If you did not already know it, how would you call it I? Getting closer? So, who is aware of the perception of this hand? You know it is you. You just don't know how you know it is you. And if you know how you know it is you, then you're in trouble. So don't go into that conceptual realm. It is very innocent, it is very naked, it is very empty. This is you, which cannot be known through any worldly means. No worldly instrument can measure you. No thing can see you. Nothing can come to you. Don't get distracted by any sensations. Don't pick up any other project at this time. It is only important to ask ourselves, who is this one that witnesses this perception of sight? I hope at least we are meeting the strangeness of the question now, which means that we've gone beyond our intellect. That I call this I, but what am I calling I? I am witnessing the perception of this hand, but what is this I? Where is this I? Who is this I? Yes? Able to stay with the contemplation? Don't waste this opportunity at any cost. No matter what else is happening, let it happen. Don't think about anything else. Don't frame it into any other reference point, any other understanding. Forget all the scriptures that you've learned. Forget all spiritual knowledge. Leave everything, worldly and spiritual, leave it aside. If for one moment you can do that, yeah. Know that you are that self, which is the witness of all of these elements. How is that to be known? To be known. Do you know that it is I that is aware of the perception of the I? How? This you is beyond all grasping, isn't it? Cannot be met through any empirical means, cannot be measured, cannot be seen, heard, smelled, none of that. And yet you are confirming that this is you. To stay here is to recognize the ultimate reality. To stay here is to see that jnana and bhakti are one. Because this is the doorway beyond time and space where God lives. This is the doorway to that. But beyond any imagination, beyond any conceptualization, find yourself as that pure awareness. Find yourself as this pure awareness. And don't take yourself to be anything else. Don't take yourself to be anything at all. What are you now? Who is watching this play? The one that is watching, does it have a head? Do you have a head? Are you headless? What is your shape? What is your size? Your thinking cannot help you. Your conclusions will not help you. Your imagination will not help you. Your perceptions will not help you. Leave all of them. Your ideas about this being the highest or lowest will not help you. The sage says, if you detach yourself from the body and rest in consciousness, you will at once be happy, free, and peaceful and free from bondage. How to detach yourself from the body? How to rest in consciousness? By not attaching to anything, any idea. Are you the body now? Yeah. Are you the body? There may be sensations that you experience. Do those sensations contain you? Or do you contain them? Are you seeing this or just understanding it? The perceptions and sensations that we call the world and the body, do they contain you? Or do you contain all these perceptions, like the screen of the movie itself, untouched by them? They are superimposed on you. but you remain unaffected, unhurt by everything that is appearing. Wake up. Wake up. You are not perceived by the senses, but without the senses, how will you be found? How do you find yourself? With your senses, you perceive this dream. Your thoughts make you believe that the dream is real. Without your senses and your belief in thoughts, how will you find yourself? No matter how deep you send your attention, it will not get to yourself. You are beyond your attention. If you try, you can't do this. If you don't try, you can't do this. No spiritual experience is this. You are the one seer of all and are really ever free. You are the one seer of all. But can you be seen? How can I see myself? Your body will change, your story will change, your life will change, but you can never change. Where is this changeless one? You are that consciousness upon which this universe appears superimposed, like a snake on a rope. What is this world except a set of perceptions on your surface? What is the distance between two objects in a dream? It may seem like things are far away in a dream, but what is the actual distance? Is there such a thing as one or a part? If this body in the movie starts running and runs for an hour, how far from the screen will it get? But if you take yourself to be this body-mind, if you think that you are this body-mind, you will live as if it is so. If you think what is happening to the body is happening to you, you will live as if it is so. If you think that you go up when the body goes up, and you go down when the elevator goes down, then you will live as if it is so. If you live without up or down, yesterday and tomorrow, time and space, then you will live as if it is so. If you think that something is happening to you, when in reality nothing has ever really happened, but because of the power of Maya, you will live as if it is so. So when the sage is trying to tell us, he who considers himself free is free indeed, and one who considers himself bound remains bound. As one thinks, so one becomes. For the truth, you don't need to think. If you think, then it will seem as if it is that way. In the no mind, you are the no thing. The self is the witness, all-pervading, perfect, one, free, consciousness, actionless, unattached, desireless, and quiet. Through illusion, it appears as if it is of the world, and then subject to the ever-repeating cycle of birth and death. Having given up on external and internal self-modification and the illusion, I am the reflected individual self. Meditate on the Atma as immutable consciousness, which is non-dual. So give up on everything that changes, inwardly and outwardly. Don't become attached to that which is changeful. And it is impossible to become attached to that which is changeless. This is the end of attachment. In the letting go of this false, you meditate on the Atma within. And the Atma then guides you to the highest insight, the highest truth. See this world as just a dream with moving images. Wake up. Wake up. You are unattached, actionless, self-effulgent, and without any blemish. You are unattached, actionless, self-effulgent, and without any blemish. It is yourself that gives light to your being. It is only yourself that gives light to consciousness. And in this light of consciousness, all the light, the sun, the moon, the stars, all these are born within your light. Don't imagine this, don't visualize this. See that it is so. You have to be for the sun to be. Without consciousness, there is no universe. Just as a mirror exists with or without an image which is reflected in it, so the Supreme Self exists inside and outside this body. Where is the image actually in the mirror? Where is this universe actually in you? All your perceptions. Where are you experiencing them? Who witnesses these? Where are you watching them from? On which chair are you sitting? From which eyes are you seeing? That which witnesses this entire world. Wake up. What are you doing? Wasting time with things of the world which are going to vanish in a moment. Leave like a dream without a trace. Snap out of it. Snap out of it. Snap out of it. So for today I will just read the words of the second chapter and then we sit in silent contemplation for some time and then we end satsang. The second chapter is called The Joy of Self-Realization. Janaka said, "Oh, I am spotless, tranquil, pure consciousness, and beyond nature. All this time I have been mocked by illusion. As I alone reveal this body, even so do I reveal this universe. Therefore mine is all this universe, or verily nothing is mine. Oh, having renounced the universe together with the body, I now perceive the Supreme Self through the secret of wisdom. As waves, foam and bubbles are not different from the water, so the universe emanating from the Self is not different from it. As cloth, when analyzed, is found to be nothing but thread, so this universe, when analyzed, is nothing but the Self. Just as sugar generated in sugarcane juice is wholly pervaded by that juice, so the universe produced in me is permeated by me through and through. The world appears from the ignorance of the Self and disappears with the knowledge of the Self, just as the snake appears from the non-cognition of the rope and disappears with its recognition. Light is my very nature, and I am no other than light. When the universe manifests itself, verily then it is I that shine. Oh, the universe appears in me, conceived through ignorance, just as silver appears in the mother of pearl, a snake in the rope, and water in the sunbeam. Just as a jug dissolves into clay, a wave into water, or a bracelet into gold, so the universe which has emanated from me will dissolve into me. Wonderful am I, adoration to myself, who know no decay and survive even the destruction of the world. From Brahma down to a clump of grass. Wonderful am I, adoration to myself, who, though with a body, am one, who neither go anywhere nor come from anywhere, but abide, pervading the universe. Wonderful am I, adoration to myself. There is none so capable as I, who am bearing the universe for all eternity without touching it with the body. Wonderful am I, adoration to myself, who have nothing or have all that is thought and spoken of. Knowledge, knower, and the knowable, all these three do not exist in reality. I am the stainless self in which this triad appears through ignorance. Oh, the root of misery is duality. There is no other remedy for it except the realization that all objects of experience are unreal and that I am pure, one, consciousness and bliss. I am pure consciousness. Through ignorance, I have imposed limitations upon myself. Constantly reflecting in this way, I am abiding in the Absolute. I have neither bondage nor freedom. Having lost its support, the illusion has ceased. O the universe, though existing in me, does not in reality so exist. I have known for certain that the body and the universe are nothing, and that the Atma is pure consciousness alone. So on what is it now possible to base imagination? Body, heaven and hell, bondage and freedom, as also fear, all these are mere imagination. What have I to do with all these? I whose nature is pure consciousness. Oh, I do not find any duality. Even the multitude of human beings, therefore, has become like a wilderness. To what should I attach myself? I am not this body, nor have I a body. I am not Jiva, I am pure consciousness. This indeed was my bondage, that I had thirst for life. Oh, in me the limitless ocean, on the rising of the wind of the mind, diverse waves of worlds are produced forthwith. Oh, in me the limitless ocean, on the rising of the wind of the mind, diverse waves of worlds are produced forthwith. With the calming of the wind of the mind, in the infinite ocean of myself, the arc of the universe, unfortunately for Jiva, the trader, meets destruction. How wonderful in me, the shoreless ocean, the waves of individual selves, according to their nature, rise, strike each other, play for a time, and disappear. I feel that these moments are very delicate, so let's speak very little after this, if at all. And in the rest of the day, whichever time zone that you're in, don't try to get too involved in worldly things. Just allow this to flower, marinate in this deeply, quietly, in your room alone if possible. May the great sage Ashtavakra bless us all with this true insight. May his presence show us the reality of his words. May we forever then be free from the bonds of Maya. May God bless us all. So stay away from as much distraction as possible. Also for the next few days as we are doing the Ashtavakra, just cut out all engagements, interactions which are not really needed, required. Allow this to flower within you. Don't make it into a big thing. Remain humble, remain quiet, but without inconveniencing anyone. Just allow God to make the space in your life for this to unfold. We can end with the Hanuman Chalisa and may Hanumanji, who is the Ansh avatar of Shiva himself, who is an embodiment of Lord Shiva himself, and it is Shiva who is the absolute reality which is revealing itself to us. May His blessings be with all of you. Thank you.
जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर। राम दूत अतुलित बल धामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा बिराजे, कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनबे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र के काज संवारे। लखन जी आये, श्री रघुवीर हरषि उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई। सहस वदन तुम्हरो जस गावे, अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद सारद सहित अहिसा। दिक्पाल जहाते, कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा, राम मिलाए राजपद दीन्हा। लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना, जुग सहस्त्र योजन पर भानु। लील्योताहि मधुर फल जानु, प्रभु मुद्रिका मिली मुख माहि। जलधि लांघि जय अजरज नाही, दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते। सुगम अनुग्रह तुम रे तेते, राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिन पैसारे, सब सुख रहे तुम्हारे। तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना, आपन तेज समारो आपे, तीनों लोक हाँकते कांपे, भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे, नासै रोग हरे सब पीड़ा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा, संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे, सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा, और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे, चारों ताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा, साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुल्हारे, अष्ट सिद्धि नव निधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता, और सायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा, तुमरो राम जी को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे, अंत काल रघुबरपुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई, और देवता चित्त न धरहि, हनुमत से ही सर्व सुख करहि, संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा, जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, करहु गुरुदेव की नाई, जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, झूठ ही बंधी महासुख होई, जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा, तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, तीजे नाथ हृदय महाडेरा, पवन तनय संकट हरण, मंगल मूर्ति रूप रामा, मंगल मूर्ति रूप, राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुरभूप, तुलसी हृदय बसहु सुरभूप। जय जय